Now we want to give you an example of how to evaluate a function. So I've got, I think, 4 examples that we're going to do. So when we have this notation, f of -3 on part A here, what we're going to do then is we're going to replace the x with -3. So this is going to equal -2 times -3 squared plus 3 times -3. And then we follow the order of operations, and we're going to be able to get a value here at the end. So -2 times 9 minus 9, -18 minus 9, and I'm getting -27. So what we're saying is the function evaluated at -3 gives us a value of -27. Okay, so that's all well and good. They don't always give us a number, so this time they give us a variable, -a, so part B now. And so we're going to do the same thing though, -2 times -a squared plus 3 times -a. And then what we can do, we won't be able to get a numeric value out of this, but we'll be able to simplify the expression. So we have -2 times a squared minus 3a, and that's it. Okay, so there we are. Oh, I didn't write it with a nice notation. All right, let me back up. Just like in class. Okay. So we did have -2a squared minus 3a. So what we're saying is the function at -a is equal to -2a squared minus 3a. Now that's not a big deal, that last step that I did. I could have just left the box around it, but I wanted to make a better answer. Okay, so part C, it's saying the opposite of f of a. So the opposite of, and now we have to take and evaluate the function at a. So it's going to be -2a squared plus, and really I could put that in parentheses because it might not be just a, it could be something else. But it would look something like that. So you're getting the opposite of -2, put those brackets in, a squared plus 3a, and then you're going to have to distribute that sign, so you're going to get, I'll try to put it all in one here. The opposite of f of a is going to equal 2a squared minus 3a. And then that's what it would look like. Okay, so I think there's one more. And this time, our input is a little more involved. We've got a plus h. And so we're going to say this equals -2a plus h squared. So we're still replacing x with whatever we've replaced on the left. We put it in on the right, plus 3 times a plus h. And again, this should look familiar to you. We're just trying to review, trying to bring back some old happy function memories. Okay, first you have to square it because that's what order of operations says to do. So you're going to have to get used to squaring a binomial, but it's a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. And if you have a little trouble with that, you might practice some squaring of the binomial. You'll need that skill. I'm distributing this 3. And so now I'm going to distribute the -2. -2a squared minus 4ah minus 2h squared plus 3a plus 3h. Yeah. Okay, there it is. You would look for any terms that might be like terms that you could combine. We don't see any. We're not going to try to do any fancy factoring or anything here. Usually when they're polynomial in nature, we just leave it multiplied out and simplify if we can. This one doesn't simplify, so we're done. Okay, so that was evaluating functions.